The last time the Montreal Canadiens and the Detroit Red Wings squared off, it was October the 14th. The Wings shut out the Habs. The final score was 3-0. 8'9" Elmer Soderblom scored the first goal of his NHL career because of course he did. It was painful, but guess what? Forget about all of that because game number 2 between these two teams is set to take place tonight. And in this hero video, we're going to take a look at the lineups, we'll take a look at some player statistics, and of course, have a look at the standings and see where both of these teams are hanging out right now. Because they're coming into this game in completely different situations. The mighty Canadiens are charging right into this game on a donkey on a 3-game losing streak. They lost every single game last night, including the one at home on Saturday against the Golden Shower Knights. And meanwhile, the Wings are red hot. These guys are on a 3-game winning streak, beating teams like the Caps, the Islanders, and even Jeff Gordon sloppy seconds, the New York Rangers. That's right. The Wings are sitting comfortably at second place in the Atlantic right now, while the Canadiens are exactly where they were expected to be, clinching their arse cheeks together all the way down there. Now, as for the lineups tonight, let's start off by taking a look at the Red Wings. They've got a first line of Dylan Larkin between Pius and Lucas Raymond. Then on the second line, they got Andrew Kopp between Dominic Kulabik, who's been having a wicked season so far, and David Perron. The third line consists of Michael Rasmussen between Burton Ernie and Austin Charnick. And the fourth line is Joe Veleno between Bigfoot and Matt Luff. Not a bad group. They're off to a good start. Here's a look at their defense pairings. Ben Sherratt, of course, is on the top unit. You might have heard of him. I'm pretty sure Brendan Gallagher has because they were almost rolling around on the ice a couple of times during their first game against one another. Mo Sider here, of course, being the man to watch on their defense pairings. This guy is a beast. These guys are playing good, but it's time to move on to the good guys. We got the Montreal Canadiens lineup. Nick Suzuki is going to be between Cole Caulfield and Kirby Dach again tonight. Keep an eye on these guys as they have been on a complete rampage so far since being put together. On the second line, we got Christian Dvorak between Mike Hoffman and Brendan Gallagher. One guy missing, of course, in this lineup is Josh Anderson, okay? He's going to be serving game 1 of his 2-game suspension, which is why we got this idiot in here. Then on the third line, which is the for-sale line, we got Sean Monahan between Jonathan Drouin and Big Daddy Nav, who's drawn back into the lineup. Everything must go. Buy 2 of these lads, get 1 for free. And the fourth line, we got Jake Evans between Slavkovsky, who's been, cemented on this line, and one man Armia. A quick look at their defense pairings reveals that Honda Civic is going to be sitting out yet again for another game. Arbor Jackal looks like he's going to be paired up with the big bad Joe Edmondson again, and aside from that, not a whole lot of changes. The Canadiens now have 2 players that are over a point per game. We got Nick Suzuki and Cole Caulfield. And these 2 guys have been as hot as the devil's ass crack out there. Kirby Dach is not too far behind. He's got 10 points in 12 games right now. And after that, the point production begins to taper off a little bit. And let's face it, if a team can shut down the top line, they're toast. They're burnt Sean Monahan toast. Now the Red Wings, they have a similar story with a couple of players over a point per game. Dylan Larkin, of course, being one of them. Definitely going to have to keep an eye on these guys. Their top 6 has been trucking along nicely. Ernie and Bert, Perron, all these guys have been putting up some decent numbers. So we should be in for a dandy. Let me know in the comment section who you think is going to win this game. As for me, I'm going to say the Wings are going to win this one by a score of 4-3. Hopefully, it's a little more entertaining than game number 1 between these two. Jeez, that was pathetic. Don't forget to take a bite of the like button sandwich on the way out of here, and hey, I'll see you next time.